Okay, everybody, let's get you this master's degree for free right now, okay? Step one is this video. I want to let you know that there's some really good videos about art and the art world already out there for years and years on YouTube, including Art Thoughts by Hennessy Youngman, aka Jason Mewson. I'll have a link to that down below. And The Art Assignment by Sarah Rida, where she really gets into all of it. Watch every one of those videos, okay? Get into that. There's also a book called Your Art Will Save Your Life by Beth Pickens, I think. I'll put a link to that too. All great resources. You got nothing but resources. I don't even know why I bothered to do this. Well, the first misconception that I want to get out of the way, you're probably not going to learn many skills, like actual, doing stuff type skills. I know a lot of master's programs will let you go in and take undergrad classes where you are learning how to develop photos in the darkroom or carve stone or glass kiln casting or whatever the hell. But if you're just doing the graduate level classes, it's probably not going to be a lot of skill building. So if you did your bachelor's degree in something other than fine art and you are thinking oh, I'm going to go there and learn how to the nuts and bolts of a physical skill, probably going to get your master's is not the way to start off on that. Maybe do a post-bac or go find a place in your local area that teaches I want to go learn to screen print. Go to the fucking local screen printing place where you take a continuing ed or a public ed class. Do that. Master's degree, not a great way to learn skills, okay? Because you're going to be... The thing that is happening is you're going to have a studio space, usually. That could be a giant palatial studio or a tiny little cubicle where you have a physical space where you're going to be making work, okay? Okay, so there's going to be lots of critiques and seminars, reading, okay, and maybe writing. Some places have you write a thesis, which is a multi-pages annotated thing where you're doing research and talking about your work in relation to other work and other theory about the kind of work you're making, okay? So you're going to be doing a lot of hours related to that, and if you're also on top of that trying to reskill as a photographer or a sculptor or a weaver, it might be a lot. So I would just say if you're mainly focused on skills, do that. Don't worry about your fucking master's degree yet, if you're skill city. Another thing that's very predominant in a master's program is going to be lectures and events that you're going to be going to. They're going to bring in scholars. Some schools have the graduate students organize lecture series with visiting artists and scholars who come and talk. Okay, now if you're doing my free program here on YouTube, why don't you figure out if there's a university or arts organization in your local area, see who's putting on lectures and events and shit like that, and start going to those. And go hear artists in your area talking about what they're doing and why and how they're doing it. Okay? I really think, and then you might meet other artists. If you go to enough, start recognizing faces, maybe go volunteer for one of these places and meet people that way. The number one thing you're getting out of a fucking MFA is meeting other people. Meeting the faculty, not that big of a deal. Meeting the other students and the artists that are at your same level, that's a big deal. As I mentioned in a previous video, building up your network and community is the biggest thing you get out of a master's program. Okay, the other thing that happens in a master's program, you're going to have dinner parties, okay? With movers and shakers in the art world. That's a big reason why people go to get a master's degree. Why do people go get a master's degree? Some people want to get, it's technically in America, it's the terminal degree. So there's not many, there's maybe just a couple, half a dozen PhD programs in fine arts in the U.S., maybe less than that. But as of now, a master's degree is recognized as a terminal degree in fine arts, so you can go and teach college classes after just getting your master's. So a lot of people go get it for that reason. Some people think it's going to help them have a professional art career, and if you're really career driven and that's what you're hoping for, it probably will help you do that, because you're going to fucking hook up with the faculty who are probably established artists. They might introduce you to all their motherfuckers. You're going to meet gallerists, you're going to meet collectors, yada yada yada. And if you're trying to scratch up the ladder, this could be a good way to do it. Now, if you're really focused on that, I would say, I think maybe you want to go do a real master's, and these YouTube videos are not going to help you, because I'm not taking you out on the town to meet people. So maybe actually go to a real graduate program if that's what you're looking for. Other people go because they want to learn how to be an artist. And I think that, again, just like with the skill thing, first off, if you're just looking for validation to recognize yourself as an artist, let me validate you right now and say you have just as much of a right to the title of artist as anyone. You don't have to have any kind of bona fides to just say, hey, motherfucker, I'm an artist. I wish more people saw themselves in that light. I think it's empowering to think I'm creative and I can make art. If you make art, you're an artist. And if you don't make art, I don't have a problem with you calling yourself an artist. It's not a big deal, okay? So you don't need an MFA for that. And what else do people go for their master's for? I feel like I see a lot of people go because they just got money to burn. And if you want to pound your money into some art school, you go for it. But if you're really just looking for a bohemian experience, just go to like some college cafe and just hang out and play the bongos and then send your money over to like a charity. That's my 2 cents. Okay, this has been the first lesson. I feel that I have not really given much direction to anybody. If you have a question you want me to address, send it to my email. It's katerhoades@gmail.com. Okay, our next episode we're going to start talking about critique. It is the biggest thing that's going to happen in an MFA program, aka in this MFA program. If people want to send their work in for me to critique it, go ahead. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll give it a shot.